Well?
Well, some other guy grabbed the bag before he did.
What?
It's no problem, man. They both got it. Couldn't be helped.
Couldn't be better. By the time they figure out which way is up, I'll have my finger on the button.
Oh, yeah? What button is that?
$1 billion panic button. You think I'm exaggerating? Take my word. I'm not.
Captain, what's the status?
The status is lousy. The Dodgers are still 10 games out of first place.
Have you at least been able to identify the victim?
Okay, I can give you one. Eric Masterson, Flint, Michigan, Vice President Continental Motors, here for a sales convention. The other isn't a positive ID.
Captain, it is.
Okay, John Ludlow, Springdale, California Police Department. Here for a convention of identification officers. Now, come on, fellas. I haven't got any more time. That's all I can do. Is that the lady?
That's no lady. That's a lieutenant. Ruth Massey, Springdale PD.
It is so, lady.
Don't ask me. I thought the Dodgers were 11 games out.
I'm sorry we had to bring you down here for a thing like this.
Well, identification is my specialty.
Oh, are you with the Springdale Identification Bureau?
Second in command under John Ludlow. Now I'm first. Some way to get a promotion, isn't it?
Would it be fair to say that you knew him well, Lieutenant?
Yes.
Better than just as a boss?
Why?
Because we're not sure what we have here. It could be anything from an airport bombing by some crazy to a deliberate cop killing. We have to try and find out.
John and I lived together for 5 years.
Then I have a few questions I have to ask.
Well, go ahead.
There's nothing in the regulations that says I have to ask them here.
Pretty sensitive for a cop. Where are you taking me? Never mind. I'll risk it. Everyone in Springdale wanted to know why we didn't get married. Actually, we were more married than most people with certificates. But I have a 9-year-old son who's an invalid, and I didn't think John should be burdened with that. And he's been divorced twice and didn't want to run the risk of hurting me. So?
Yeah, and a cop doesn't always make the best kind of husband.
Is that from personal experience? To answer your question, though, I can't imagine who would want to kill John. I guess he contributed to 1,000 convictions, but I doubt that any of the defendants ever even heard of him.
Well, that's understandable for an ID officer. But if you happen to think of the exceptional case, you know, where there just could be a defendant looking for revenge, call me, will you, please?
Oh, I will. And thanks for the party. It helps.
Anytime. And I mean it.
Oh, hey, there was one case John made by himself. One time he did get his name in the papers. You may have read about it. Bobby Boone, the boy computer genius?
I'll check on it. It's too bad you thought of it so soon.
Why?
Would have been nice to have you call me.
Bobby Boone, boy computer genius, robs banks by telephone. He opened small accounts in several banks and tapped into the bank computers using his own terminal and supplying a different code key in each case. Then, he had the money credited to his accounts in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Chicago.
Does it say how Ruth's boss figured in?
Oh, it's Ruth, is it? Yeah, John Ludlow served as a special consultant to the FBI in the San Francisco area and figured out the fraud, and Boone spent the next 2 years in the federal pen.
Captain, I may be able to solve your case. Or rather, the computer may. Now, one of your victims was a cop, right? A police officer. So you're looking for a crook with a grudge, which is an extremely unimaginative approach. Have I hurt your feelings, Captain?
Yes, but I'm used to it.
And the other victim, according to the newspaper reports, was an automobile company vice president. So, the computer tells us that over the past 3 years, 916 persons were either killed or seriously injured in traffic accidents involving that company's cars. So, multiplying by a factor of 1.5, we get 1,374 angry relatives who might have planted that bomb for revenge. What do you think of that approach?
I'd rather not hurt your feelings.
Captain, you can't. Because you're not capable of grasping my ideas. And that's nothing personal. Very few people are capable. When I was 16, I designed levels of integrated circuits that still haven't occurred to the giants of computer science.
That's very impressive. Now, tell me, what are you doing these days?
I have my own business.
What does an Everguard computer consultant do exactly?
I'm protecting banks and corporations from the very rip-offs I was able to pull. Making their systems tamper-proof.
How's business?
It's looking up, thank you. Big companies are trying to elbow me out, but they'll all come to me eventually.
Have you had any contact with John Ludlow lately?
Captain, you know, I don't understand why you keep asking me about that man.
Computer mind like yours? Ludlow testified against you at your trial. Ludlow was murdered in that bomb blast at the airport. By 16, even I had mastered 2 + 2.
You know, there's one thing you must know about computers. It's very interesting. They'll only print out what's been put in. Excuse me. And I have never bothered to make bitterness or revenge part of my input. Hello? Yes, just a minute, please. Captain, it's a business call. Would you excuse me?
Sure. I just want to say that since Ludlow's murder is now part of your input, if you do get any printout, give me a call,
Did I ever tell you what an added pleasure it was when I realized that Ludlow was one of the 2 we had to waste?
Well, you never mind about him. It's the other guy, Markham. He already left Fort McLean, except he isn't flying, he's driving.
It's no problem, really. Airport's lousy with security right now anyway. Let's see, he has a reservation at the Edison Motor Hotel.
May I get that for you, sir?
Yeah, okay.
It's a nice day, isn't it?
Well, a little hot for me out here, I tell you.
Well, you get used to it.
I hope so.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice room, huh? Got air conditioning control right here. And a little red light on the phone that tells you you get any phone messages. All the coat hangers you need and all the towels you need. So if there's anything... Don't touch that!
Calling W3XKC, this is K4XLM. W3XKC, come in, please.
He's right on time. This is W3XKC. I have you R5S5. Go ahead.
The merchandise has arrived. Repeat, has arrived. Do you copy? Over.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Over and out. And that's right on time, too. Look at this. The goodies roll in on schedule. The goodies roll out in exactly 6 days.
My people are not interested in truck schedules. They want to know where their money's going to, if they put up.
Look, I already have 85% of the financing I need. So if your particular loan sharks want to back out on what they told my people...
They just want to know. That's all.
Yes. All right. That call came from outside a processing plant near Seattle. The plant receives radioactive waste from nuclear power plants. Actually, the spent uranium fuel rods. The rods are cut up with saws, treated and recycled into plutonium. Actually, it's plutonium nitrate. When the plutonium's ready, it's shipped in lead kegs in high-security convoys down through Oregon, California, and it's stored in various depots in Arizona and on east. But you'll note that the convoys pass somewhere in the vicinity of San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Okay.
But the exact route is not known in advance. A dozen computers along the way plot it in terms of weather conditions, road conditions, minimum traffic, etc. That's local police computers. Local directions are radioed to the convoys.
How do you figure to hijack one of them?
Well, it isn't simple. It requires diverting a convoy to a prearranged location, either in this vicinity or this one, which requires controlling the local computers.
How are you going to do that?
That was simple. We bought the 2 police officers in charge.
2? 2 you bought?
Yes. We only really needed 1, but we bought 2 as a fail-safe measure. This one is a backup in case anything happens with this one.
Are you sure you could buy high-ranked cops like that?
I'm positive. And the ones we couldn't buy, we killed.
The bellman's name was Alfred Hemming, except he wasn't a bellman and he wasn't even employed at the motel. Apparently, he just went there to blast Markham's luggage.
Any connection between Hemming and Markham?
Hemming and Markham. No connection at all. Except there is one thing. Hemming was convicted of armed robbery of a post office in Chillicothe, Ohio.
He went to federal prison. Let's find out which one.
Already did. Same prison as Bobby Boone went to. Not only that, they were there at the same time. Let me get next to this Boone guy.
Oh.
I'll work something out. You always complain I don't look like a cop.
Yeah, but... neither does she.
Well, I would like to help you, but I'm not sure I know what you have in mind.
You mean to say you've never heard of Alfred Hemming?
Well, maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Miss...
Loomis. Gene Loomis. Well, it should have been Hemming. We just didn't get married. But he's still the father of my baby, and that affects the two of us a lot. Oh, I just don't know how we're going to manage now. Oh, a map. I wonder if I could find Chillicothe. Nope. Ever been to Chillicothe, Ohio?
No, I haven't.
Oh. Well, that's where Al and I are from. You see, Al told me that he was coming to work for you, and I trusted him. Did you ever trust anyone like that?
Well, no, actually, I haven't had much time for, entanglements.
Oh, well, you should make time. Entangling does have its moments.
Yes. Well, maybe your Alfred did come looking for work, but my business is very technical and I only use highly trained people.
Oh, no. Don't tell me he lied to me. Not again.
Listen, maybe there's something I can do for you.
Look, I don't want anything I don't have coming. I just thought that Alfred might have some money to him, that's all.
Are you going to be around town for a while?
Well, I guess I could be if it was worthwhile. Doesn't look like you're going to be. Are you going to take a trip?
Oh, no, that's just vicarious traveling.
Oh.
I'm a bit strapped right now by a negative cash flow. It's a result of police persecution scaring off my clients.
Really? Why would the police do that?
Because they're corrupt. I have a very specialized business here. And the police come to me with their hands out, and if I don't pay them off, they get even. And believe me, that's what cops are like.
Oh.
But never mind that. I have a very substantial check coming in a few days. And it's from a client, and perhaps when I receive it, I'll be able to help you out in some way. What do you think of that?
I think I'll come back in a couple of days. All right?
You're a little far from home to be asking questions like that, aren't you, Captain?
I'm not trying to flash my badge in your jurisdiction. I'm just trying to find out why 2 cops were killed in my town, both in charge of computer sections.
I don't get the connection with Bobby Boone.
Well, Boone turns red on the subject of police corruption, so it occurred to me that maybe he was trying to bribe police officials to buy his computer service.
I don't care if he turns blue. You're spinning your wheels. John Ludlow is an honest policeman. What do you imagine Bobby Boone could have tried to bribe him to do?
I don't know, Ruth. Look, I'm not making accusations. It could have been anything from buying his computer service to having somebody's record erased from the memory bank.
What about robbing the city treasury or assassinating public officials? I mean, one thing doesn't make any more sense than the other. If I didn't feel like crying right now, I think I'd laugh. Lieutenant Massey? No. No, Sergeant, I'll be right out. Excuse me.
Why don't you leave her the hell alone?
How long have you known her? Joe, isn't it?
Long enough to know that she's a damn good cop, okay?
No. What's the matter with her?
She still sees John Ludlow in this office. It hurts.
Look, I happen to like the lady. I think there's more to it than that.
You're crazy.
Yeah, well, that seems to be the consensus around here.
Wait a minute, Captain. This is her boy. Taken during one of his remissions.
Remissions?
Leukemia. The blood transfusions alone cost her every nickel she makes. Sometimes she can't get the right blood for love or money. She had a problem like that for a while this morning. Look, she doesn't advertise her troubles. But you come along, beating up on Ludlow's memory.
Yeah. What do I expect?
I want out.
Now, come on. What do you mean? You mean you're afraid of this guy Evers?
No, it's not so much him, it's me. I never liked this deal. I never should have gone into it. I don't want the money, I want out.
Honey, I just handle marriages, not divorces. I got no authority to let you say bye-bye.
Then you relay the message, okay? I'm through.
Calling W3XKC, this is K4XLM. Come in, please.
This is W3XKC. Go ahead.
The merchandise is now leaving. Repeat, leaving. Do you copy? Over.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Over and out. So you see, Wyckoff, we can't let her out. Not now. The lady's got to stay in.
I don't want to be responsible for trusting her.
Then put your trust in money. We gave her $50,000. Tell her she'll get $250,000 when this is over.
Is that for real?
Absolutely.
Where you gonna get the kind of money you can split up in $250,000 pieces?
Wyckoff, do you know what plutonium is?
The atom bomb.
No. No, it's not. One can make the bomb from it if one knows how, but we don't have to bother about that. Plutonium by itself is the most toxic substance known in the world. 1/1000th of a gram breathed into the lungs, the size of an invisible speck of dust, will kill a person in a matter of hours. We're going to park a shipment of plutonium on the outskirts of either San Francisco or Los Angeles. And we're going to rig that shipment with dynamite so that we can blow it into a mist that will cover all these people. Unless the federal government pays a ransom. And Wyckoff, how much do you think the government will pay?
A lot.
Yes, a lot is right. And it's not the kind of money that's money anymore. It's power. In other words, not the kind of money I was once dumb enough to get caught stealing.
I don't want to discuss it. I told you I'm out.
And I'm telling you, honey, you're in. Now, I'm sorry, this store doesn't have a complaint department. As far as this Captain Evers goes.
What about him?
Oh, he's going too far. He's up there at Fort McLean now. He's bothering people, so don't worry. We'll take care of him.
I don't want anybody bothering Captain Evers.
Honey, it's out of my hands what you want. Now, it's what you do that counts. Now, listen. Either you come across here, you won't be breathing all day tomorrow.
What is that, some kind of cheap threat?
No, honey. Not cheap. No, they killed your boss for you.
What are you talking about?
Well, it wasn't exactly for you. See, he wouldn't play, you would, so they killed him, give you a free hand. Now, don't forget that.
Oh, no.
I'm afraid I can't give you anything to take back to L.A. but a whiff of our smog-free Northern California mist. My boss was one of the most respected identification officers in any police department in the country.
Lieutenant, I'm only here because I feel I owe Fort McLean an explanation of why he was murdered in our city. You'll hear from me very soon, I hope.
It's very simple, very effective, and I hope you'll be more careful than the last man was.
For 20 grand, you get the deluxe funeral. What's the beef against this guy?
Well, let's just say he's become a traveling nuisance.
Sergeant Manners. What? Yes, go on.
Just take it from a friend. Captain Evers is marked for the same kind of hit that got those other two cops.
it's all right.
Who said?
The dog said.
The dogs. Anybody think of checking my car? Okay. So you thought of checking my car. It's a man's voice, long distance from Springdale, California.
I don't know anything about it.
Come on, Joe, it was your voice. We have a tape and a few hours left. Voice prints to prove it.
I'm not interested in any voice print.
Now, look,
baloney.
Joe, look, you saved my life, but something very big is going down, compared to which even that isn't very important.
Well, don't mention it. You're welcome.
Neither's your pension important, which is the least you're going to lose if I have to go to the Springdale Police Commission about this.
Stop it. Joe made that call because I told him to. He doesn't know anything more about it. The only thing he did wrong was to call your office direct when I told him to call the newspaper to relay it. A newspaper wouldn't have taped his voice. But Joe wanted to save precious time. Get out of here, Joe. I'm the one he wants to talk to. Isn't that right?
I thought you'd never ask.
I'm not going to blame it on Tommy. He just lies there in the children's ward. He knows he doesn't have much longer to live, and he's never asked for anything. I guess I said to myself, if there's anything money can buy for him at least, then let me have the money to do it. You believe that?
If you want me to.
Well, you're easy. Because I was part of the problem, too. My husband's dead. My son is dying. John's never going to help me very much. So what have I got? Nothing. And you start feeling a little bitter, a little sorry for yourself. And after all, $50,000 is better than nothing, isn't it?
I don't know. I never had $50,000.
But dear God, Link, believe me, I never knew anything about bombings or murders. You've got to believe me.
All right, that's enough of that.
Well, what am I supposed to do now?
Tell me what you agreed to do for the $50,000.
Nothing much. At least it didn't seem so. Just order some information put into the computer when I'm told to.
What kind of information?
I don't know. Wyckoff said I'd find out when the time came.
Ruth, what am I going to do with you? If I blow the whistle, I lose the only lead to what's happening. Can I trust you to keep me posted?
Oh, yes.
I can't stay here to keep an eye on you.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Well, I got to get back to Fort McLean. Their chief of ident was murdered the same way yours was. Their new chief is a Lieutenant Urey, and the way I see it is this. Mr. Wyckoff must have made the same deal with Urey that he made with you.
I've been thinking over something you said. Entangling does have its moments.
Here's to the moments.
You know, it's funny. After all those courses from all those professors, the one thing that sticks in my mind right now is something I heard from a silly little thing from Chillicothe.
Well, why am I silly?
Why else would you get involved with a nobody like Hemming?
Because maybe I didn't have any somebodies to get involved with.
Well, maybe there is now. What would you think of that? Jean, I didn't tell you the truth. I have plenty of money. And I would let you have some, but I'm afraid that I would never see you again.
You would see me, Bobby, as much as you wanted to.
I've never had much time for women before. But I'm gonna have plenty of time soon. I'm gonna have everything I ever wanted very soon. And I think I want you, Jean. Come in, Wyckoff.
Who's that?
A friend.
Goodbye, friend.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. When did you start giving orders around here?
We've got business to talk. We have to wait. We're going to miss the boat. Goodbye, friend.
Bobby, I'd like to go out for a little while anyway.
Why?
Well, you said you could let me have some money. Well, if I could wire it to the people who are watching my baby, then I wouldn't have to worry for a while. Bobby, you're gonna have to start trusting me sometime. Thank you.
You will come back.
You can bet on it.
I hope you haven't had to compromise yourself.
Don't worry about me, Charlie. Well, worry about me a little bit. Makes me feel good. But I guess the main question is, have we got anything to show for it?
Well, I've had a tail on Wyckoff ever since you called in about him, and he's been hiring ex-cons, truck drivers, and former infantry soldiers.
Sounds like he's gonna start his own war.
You think I ought to get a job as a truck driver?
Yes. Well, how are you gonna do that?
I'll work something out. You know, I don't look like a cop. Hold him as long as you can. He's an ex-con. Make it consorting with known criminals. You waiting for Fred Gary?
Yeah.
All right, he's here.
And where you been?
Don't worry about it. Let's get out of here.
Now, look, Captain, I came down here as a courtesy, not to be insulted.
Insults are the least of your worries right now, Lieutenant. I'm going to spare you my standard full-length lecture on police corruption because I got to catch a plane back to L.A.
Now, look, I don't have to stand here and take this.
You can take it here in front of a judge. Your boss was murdered. They give you complete control of the computer section. Now, you want to talk to me about the 50 grand you were paid to feed phony information into your computer? Yes or no?
No. You're not going to get one damn word out of me.
All right, then you better start feeling sick. I'll tell you what. You call your doctor, tell him you slipped getting into your car. You bumped your head, you've got double vision. That'll get you into the hospital, not out of trouble for a few days. Yuri, it's the only option you got left.
What do you mean he's in the hospital? How do you know it's not a setup?
I had my men check. Look, Yuri's in a hospital. He's got needles sticking out of his head. It's for real. He fell, he slammed his head.
Stupid. Plain stupid.
Do you have a problem, Mr. Boone?
No. No problem. That's why I bought the police in 2 cities. All right, Fort McLean is out of commission. We have a backup. Our backup lady's in Springdale. Nothing changes except the target city. San Francisco wins. Los Angeles is the loser.
Harry, I want to see how good our detective division is.
How good does it have to be?
See if you can find out what it is that left the vicinity of Seattle a couple of days ago, went through the outskirts of Fort McLean, bypassed San Francisco, and is heading via Springdale straight towards Los Angeles. When you get the answer, call me in Springdale. I'm going there right now.
When do you need this?
Yesterday.
Good, Gene, you're right on time.
Hey, what in time for what? What's going on here?
Put that away, will you? There's no need for that. This is it.
This is what?
It's bank night. Tomorrow I can go anywhere in the world I want to. And you're coming with me. Yes, you are. And don't worry about the baby. We'll send it.
Hey, look, we don't want to interfere with your sex life. But how about making that phone call?
Yes, all right, all right.
Lieutenant Massey? Yes? All right. What are the directions? Traffic congestion at intersection of County 9? Yes. Road under repair? Yes. Detour due to accident. Where? Yes. I've got it. Is that all?
The intercom's the way to call the computer room. Right, Ruth? That phone will get you your Captain Evers. Forget him. Do as you were told, Ruth.
Oh, Joe.
Get on the intercom.
When did they reach you?
Right after you told them you wanted out. You made them nervous.
But how could you? How could you, of all people, let yourself?
How could you? Why am I supposed to be so different? The whole world's taking bribes. Why do I have to be stupid? Come on, Ruth. They just want to feed a few road conditions into the computer. It's all there on your pad. Are you gonna do it or am I?
Computer section? This is Lieutenant Massey.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
I have some new highway information for the computer.
Hello, Evers. Yeah, Harry. What do you got?
I've been holding hands with every freight line, railroad dispatcher. The only thing that might be what you're looking for, Link, is a shipment of radioactive waste. And now it left a processing plant near Seattle in the form of plutonium.
Plutonium?
Yeah, they ship it for storage someplace back east. Security convoys, very hush-hush so the citizens don't get nervous.
They just made one nervous. Thanks, Harry.
Lieutenant Massey?
Link Evers, I just got in. Have you found out anything?
Well,
I want you to level with me, Ruth. Have you received any instructions?
Yes! Link?
Ruth? What's the matter?
Link, get over here quickly.
in between the barrels. All right, get him into the van. Move it! Look, we don't want to shoot anybody, but it's up to you. All right. Get ready to haul it out of here. What the hell are you doing here?
The other driver passed out from the smoke. You want me to leave this thing here?
Okay. Marker! Get on the short wave. Tell them we got the goodies and we're home free.
Calling W3XKC, this is K4XLM.
We are loaded, home free, and ready to roll.
Well, go, man, go. We've done it. We've got the convoy. We've done it.
You gotta hand it to him.
Hey, what do you think? My people know how to pick them, huh?
In less than 2 hours, I'll be on the phone with the federal government making a deal for the lives of over 2 or 3 million people. Oh, Gene. Did you ever go surfing?
In Chillicothe?
No, neither have I. But this must be exactly what it's like. I mean, you wait and you wait and you finally catch the perfect wave. Oh, Gene, what a ride we're gonna have.
Well, I just hope my luck holds out.
A sheriff's unit reported holding traffic here about an hour ago for what must have been the convoy.
Where's the point of detour?
Here.
Okay, so we know where they're headed. All right, get somebody on the radio to try to raise the convoy and stop it. If they can't get a message through, that means the convoy's already been taken.
Then what?
Yeah, what? How do you stop a mushroom cloud?
Helicopter to Task Force 1, this is Evers.
Task Force 1, go ahead.
We have the convoy in sight, heading east on Meridian Boulevard. The straight line way in is a 6th Street bridge, but I want every bridge in the city covered.
10-4, Captain.
Okay, we're going on ahead. Get another chopper up here in case they switch.
10-4.
Don't follow him. Go on over the bridge.
You want to stack this thing with those barrels ready to go?
Get us out of here.
How? Take a look. There's nowhere to go.
Okay, whoever's in charge, do you hear me? You're not going anywhere, do you understand that?
Back off. I'm telling you. Back on out of here, or I push a button and blow this load.
What's wrong? What's going on?
Man, they got us in a hole. Cops all over the place.
I'm coming over there to talk. You waste me, you blow your own lives away for nothing. So why not hear what I have to say?
listen. There's a boss cop coming over to talk. I don't know what he's figuring. What do we do?
You tell him to get out of there, you'll wipe out the whole city.
I heard that. It's not gonna happen.
Let me talk to your boss.
Okay, whoever you are, this is the police. Now listen very carefully.
No, now you listen. If the police aren't out of there in 2 minutes, that plutonium gets dynamited into a cloud. Do you know how many people a plutonium cloud can kill in a matter of hours?
Well, well, Bobby Boone. You just can't do anything right, can you, Bobby? I'll lay it out for you, boy genius. You blew it. We cornered your crew in the Los Angeles River, which is nothing but a cement ditch with high walls. We got tankers and fire trucks ready to unload enough foam to smother any mist down here. If your bully boy pushes that button right now, all he wipes out are his own men and a few cops. And nobody's gonna make you rich to prevent that. So why don't you give it up?
No. Benz, do you hear me? Blow it up! Blow it up!
You didn't really want to die, did you, big guy?
Took a big chance grabbing this transmitter.
When you don't look like a cop, you can get away with things like that.
Blow it up! Blow it up! Blow it up, do you hear me? That's an order!
Let's get out of here.
No, she goes with me.
Katie, you there?
Yes, I'm here. You know, I don't know why it is, but I'm here doing all the dirty work, and you guys are just out there running around the country.
Yeah, well, we just sitting out here in the beautiful countryside. Life is good. Wish you were here, and we're having a fine time. Yes.
Yes, I think any charity would be happy to get $50,000 anonymously.
Well, now that I'm a civilian again and I've finished testifying here, I guess I'll be doing a lot of things anonymously.
That's right, you're not a lieutenant anymore.
That beats a badge any day. Thanks for everything, Lou.
Stay in touch.
Link, what do you think's gonna happen to him?
Everything good, I hope.
They dropped the charges on it, right?
In view of resistance and the highly secret nature of the matter, no charges. Justice is blindfolded, Charlie, but the scales balance out, if you've noticed.
Well, I'm not blindfolded. I saw you kiss her.